Oh my god. Alright guys, here it is. The guy's coming back. I guess it's my turn. 怎么调它的模式？
我给你调一个模式就行了，你不要用它那个太。你骑过最大的车是什么？
我骑过 V4 Panigale， 我骑过很多，但我不知道它的油门怎么样。
它的油门。
很突然吗？
很快。
OK。
这里。
OK， 这里然后呢？
雨天。
嗯哼。OK， 知道。Yeah， 这是英语，所以我可以明白。OK， 好，那我首先现在是。
现在是运动。
OK。
试驾时间不要太长。
对，10分钟内。好。Ooh. All right, guys. First gear ready. Let's make a U-turn. Oh, dude. I don't even know what to say. I'm so scared, but dude, I can feel that the bike is flickable as hell, and it doesn't make sense because I didn't even ride the bike, and yet, woohoo! The food pegs are freaking high. Let's go, bro. Yeah guys, the throttle is amazing, yet I wouldn't say it's easy to manage. Brakes, powerful as hell. Yo, smooth as hell, no vibrations. Dude, I feel like I need to concentrate on riding the bike. Alright, this is the drone, there's nobody behind the wheel. I doubt there's a steering wheel. Haha! Oh my god! Shit! Oh shoot! This isn't... Oh no, we are actually in sports mode. I was like... Dude, that's freaking insane! That's insane! Alright, not today, bro. No, we're not gonna do it today. Alright, guys. Okay, some bumps. Suspension is actually not as stiff as I expected it to be, but it's super responsive. I like it. Yeah, we have quick shifter up and down. Alright, dude. Over here, right in front of me, we have some twisties. I'll tell you what. So you open the throttle, the bottom end torque is powerful, but it's not as twitchy, it's not as significant. But then, at maybe 6K, all the power of the bike kicks in just like on Zontis, but it's freaking 10 times more powerful, dude. It's so much more powerful. So much more powerful. Oh my god. Alright, ready guys? I'd say that the engine braking isn't as strong, but you can adjust everything if you like. Simultaneously, I have to mention that this is just a prototype, so this bike should feel a little different. Alright guys, let's try to stop. You ready? Okay, we didn't, but the brakes are so freaking powerful. Whew. Alright. I don't know guys whether you felt it or not, but yeah, there's this additional boost after 6K. The bike literally starts flying like a bird, like a jet. So I open the throttle, you get this acceleration obviously, but then, yeah, after 6K, it just lifts up. Again, the power ramps up relatively smooth. I wouldn't call it smooth because it's super ferocious, and yet it's smooth. The throttle is good, intuitive, similar to 500RR, but given that this is a totally different bike, dudes, the power is outrageous. It feels different. Dudes, let's make a U-turn. Bro, don't drop the bike. Don't drop the bike. Whew. So far, so good. All right, ready, dudes? Quick shifter is snappy as hell. Brakes are so powerful, so powerful. Oh my god. Whew. All right guys, no vibration whatsoever. I really want to see how flickable the bike is. It's flickable. It's flickable. You see guys, every time I brake hard, those hazard lights kick in, so it's pretty cool. Alright guys, you know what? I want to upshift up to 3rd gear, and let's go slow. Do we have vibration? What about 4? 4th gear feels good too. 5th. Bro, we're going like 40 kilometers per hour in 5ths, and there's 0 vibration. How crazy is this? Okay, dude. Oh my god. Alright guys, we need to bring it back. Ooh, quick shifter up and down works amazing. Alright guys, let's make a U-turn there. Alright, traction control just now kicked in. That's cool to know. Traction control is there for us in case of emergency, guys. So we didn't do any wheelies. We're talking about power wheelies, thanks God. But this beast is definitely more than capable. Alright dudes, you know what? I'll place my foot over there just in case. Alright guys, let's try to accelerate again. Ready? Alright guys, yeah, that's a beast. That's a beast. Whew. Yeah, just now actually the front wheel went up a little. So in the end of the day, the bike still allows you to do some wheelies, but it's really cool that it allows you actually to be fully in control. It doesn't do those power wheelies unpredictably like some other bikes. I was riding for what, 5 minutes? My wrists, if I'm being honest, a little tired. The ergonomics is relatively aggressive. But again, dudes, this is a motorcycle which is supposed to win championships. This is not your casual motorcycle for street, and this is why I'm saying that this power is way too freaking much for a city, for those streets. Yeah guys, after 7K, the power kicks in like crazy. So it still ramps up relatively smooth, but dude, this acceleration is just preposterous. I would say that the throttle is intuitive, but yeah, it wouldn't be as consistent as on some other bikes. Let's say, I know that this is a stupid comparison, but on 675 and K, the power would be a little more linear. The bottom end torque would be pretty much similar to middle torque and top end torque. On this bike, just like on Zantis, you get this boost in acceleration after 7K, and it's very tangible. 2nd gear, boss, no problem. Flickability is good. But yeah guys, my wrists don't feel so good. Wow. Dudes, do you feel that? We have no vibration whatsoever. Traction control isn't intrusive and yet allows you to stay relatively safe. What a bike. What a machine. I can't freaking wait to get this bike for a month. I don't know, dudes. I'm truly terrified of this power and yet I'm excited as hell. Ooh. Whew. Okay, neutral. Can we find neutral? Yeah, we can. Boom, boom, boom. Ooh. 不错，非常不错. My heart is beating so fast. This was my first time ever riding this beautiful 820RR, and so far I'm impressed as hell. It was an absolutely amazing experience, but now let me summarize my thoughts. First off, I'd say that the throttle feels quite different from 500RR, which was very surprising to me. Well, I think that the throttle is the same. However, given that these are two different engines, it felt very different. I see right away that on 820RR, it's all about middle to top end torque. I'd say it's more track oriented, and this inline 3 definitely wants to be revved up more. Meanwhile, on the new ride-by-wire version of 500RR, it was more linear, more suitable for street. But I was testing 500RR in array mode. Let's say if we would compare 820 to 675SR, on 675SR, bottom end torque, middle torque, and top end torque will be pretty much the same, so the power is very linear. The downside of the 675 platform, however, it hits the red line much sooner, which I personally found quite frustrating. On 820, once you get to 7 or 8,000 RPMs, you get this insane surge in power, and this is why it might be very difficult to control if you're a beginner. So this power is slightly unpredictable, and in this regard, this throttle feels very different from, let's say, 500RR from ZX Moto, or 605 SR from CF Moto, or even 703RR from Zantis. On top of this, I need to mention that 820RR was very stable, very flickable, but the tires on this prototype model didn't have a very aggressive profile, so it felt slightly less flickable than, let's say, 660 RS from Aprilia or 703RR from Zantis. Also, the rear tire is 190mm, so the additional thickness could also contribute to it. The brake performance on ZX Moto 820RR is by far the strongest. These brakes are way sharper than on Zantis or CF Moto. Once you hit the brakes, you stop right away. So far, this is by far the fastest Chinese motorcycle I've ever tried, and it's indeed a very dangerous tool for a track. I feel like it has no business being ridden on the street. However, most people, of course, are gonna ride this bike only in a city, only on the streets, and this is why I feel like 500RR is gonna be a way more suitable option. Tell me what you think. This was just the very first ride, and we barely scratched the surface. There's so much more to explore about this 820RR from ZX Moto. This time, I'll ask you to like and share, because if I see that many people want to see this bike, I'll definitely rent this bike for a month. Honestly, it's way too much. The power is overwhelming, so I'm scared, and yet, if I see that the interest toward this bike is great, I'll definitely spend money and rent this bike, and we'll try to make as many tests as possible. So far, this bike is absolutely amazing. Definitely a super sport for tracks, for twisties, not for these streets, and yet still felt amazing. Yeah guys, as I've just said, if you like the video, hit the like button, share this video, and as always, I'm gonna see you in my next videos. Stay safe guys, stay safe. Bye bye everybody, take care.